Yeah, while I'm doing some little maintenance to my own truck, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this little maintenance video. So it's basically for semi trucks is what I'm about to start talking about, and how to pick out the right trucks. You get a lot of guys that's first. Let me back up. You gotta understand that in these newer trucks, that they're not like the old trucks back in the day with all this, the EGRs and the EGR coolers, the DEF systems, and all that stuff that actually messes up the engines now in these trucks. Just a quick scenario on how it actually works is, when you see all the black smoke that used to come out of the older trucks and come into the air, so now it has a filter. So all the black smoke goes down into that filter, right? So, and it's supposed to heat it up to a temperature where it disintegrates it. But what happens is it doesn't get rid of everything, and then you got black soot that comes back up into your motor. So that's just a kind of a quick scenario of how that that system works and how it damages these trucks. Because back in the day when I first started, we had trucks that did 1 million miles. We got 1.2, 1.3 million miles off a truck, and now is, then you had to rebuild the motor. You had to get an end frame or, a crate engine or something like that to replace it. But now, 400,000, a lot of the big companies, they trade them in because they can do that. They got the credit and the finances to get brand new trucks, get fleets of brand new trucks, and whether it's leasing, and look at that, whew, that's super dirty. But I already had this one pretty prepped up. You gotta spray it with the oil, you gotta clean it and then spray it with the oil. I keep 2 of them so that way I don't have to take it out, leave the hood up while I let it dry off and all the other crap. So I might need that bracket back. Okay, so like I was saying about the with the big trucks, that you're not getting the miles that you usually get from the big trucks anymore. And what I'm seeing a lot on IG and YouTube and a lot of these other platforms that are helping people get into the trucking business, they're not guiding them right when it comes to purchasing a truck. Just because the truck is nice and shiny, it's clean. I've seen people help people get into 2014s, Volvos and Freightliners with 400 and something thousand miles on them, and they have the DEF system on it. And you're basically buying a truck that's done with. It's over. You're gonna need within 100,000 miles, if you're lucky, you're gonna need a overhaul. $13,000. So I know a lot of guys are not told that and they're not ready for that. So that's kind of why I'm here. Just let me make sure you get the right guidance especially when it comes to your hard-earned money. That's a bitch. So anyway, you gotta how could I say this? If you're gonna buy a used truck with 400,000 miles on it, and most of us, that's where we have to start with, because we're 1, 2, 3 truck type of guys, owner operated small fleets. So when you do purchase that vehicle, you got to understand that vehicle's at the end of its life. When we talking about the the big trucks, the semis, and with 400,000+ miles on it, that still has the EGR and DEF systems on them. Now, what I suggest It's like I did to this truck, because the dualies, they have that system on there too. And as soon as mine started acting up, I took it off. Deleted it, threw me a tuner on here, and you know, the truck was totally different. I got better fuel mileage. It breathes better. Haven't had any problems, and it's, you know, it's got a lot more power. Everything it's just great for your motor. And these is kind of things that you need to know. If you're going to be getting into these trucks, you need to know your engine brands and which ones are good. And we all know the Detroit 60 series is the pound for pound the best motor in a big truck or semi out there. You know, my choice would be a glider kit. If I get a big truck again, it would be a glider kit. I know a lot of you probably don't even know what that is, and I find that funny that some of the gurus don't know what that is. You know, so that's I'll make another video on glider kits and the benefits from having those type of trucks. But just know with these trucks, you're gonna have to rebuild them when you buying these used trucks. You know, if you can buy an older truck that's still in good condition, pre-emissions, usually 2006 and under, 2005 under, around that range. Freightliner Columbias, 2004s, 2003s, those are a nice choice, because they have the Detroit 60 series in them. They're easy to work on, and you know, if you gotta go that route. But let's just say you like the 2015, 2016 Volvo. It's nice, clean, it's modern, it's got all the computer stuff, you know, that the newer trucks have. What you can do is you can delete your systems, and it's illegal to delete these on these trucks, but it's almost like, you know, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's an $8,000 fine if you get bagged by DOT. But, you know, just like any law that comes out, is always something to get around it or combat it. And now we have, like my truck, I have the block off plates. I have block off plates in here on my manifolds and on my throttle body. So with the newer trucks, with the new system that they're using, like they used to use the block off kits and stuff like that on the big trucks. But now what they do is, next time you go buy a truck and you got 500,000 miles on it already and it's a pre-owned truck, pick that truck up and take it directly to the repair shop and get it deleted. And what you could do is get it, they're gonna send the computer out. They're not gonna take any components off of your truck. So that makes it legal, because you didn't technically remove anything from your truck. And by not doing that, you didn't break any laws. So, you know, that's my suggestion. That's what I would do if I go get a truck like that. I would personally shoot for a glider kit first. But if I gotta get, you know, a newer truck like that, I would delete it day one. They're gonna take your ECM off the truck and they're gonna send it off, and it's gonna get reprogrammed. And when they put it back on, that ECM is gonna be reprogrammed so that it tricks your throttle body and the baffles to the EGR to stay closed. So that way all that black smoke and all that other stuff that comes down through your system and then goes into the cooker, which doesn't cook it all the way, and then it comes back into your engine, you don't have to worry about any of that. So remember, when you're shopping for a truck, amongst everything else you're gonna do before you buy it, you need to take a mechanic there, have him plug his computer up, you know, check your suspension, because I had a truck back in the day and everything with the engine checked out, transmission checked out, and then I found out later on that it had bad bushings on the suspension in the back where the two tandems are at, and it cost me $4,000 because that's a special machine shop they got to put those bushings in. So when you look down there by them wheels and where the leaf springs are. You look at those bushings in there and see if they're worn. If they're worn, you gotta get some money off the price of that truck, because you're gonna have to spend some money, else you're gonna be wearing tires out left and right, and it's gonna put pressure on your differentials and your transmission. So with that being said, you know, the first key to maintenance is picking the right truck to maintain. Like, you know, you can't pick a piece of crap and think you're gonna get out there and make money and, you know, break, you know, every time you turn around you're breaking down. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of put that out there, man, because, you know, I'm passionate about what I do. I've been doing this for a long time. You know, I have a saying, you know, if you don't know what diesel tastes like, then you ain't a trucker to me. But I get it. I'm old school, you know, and I'm here to help. I'm really here to help, you know, to get these guys that's, you know, the next generation into trucking and really teach them how to do it. You know, when I really got into my groove, man, we used to talk on the CB. You know, nobody talks on the CB no more. Everything is cell phones. There's no camaraderie no more. It's, you know, you're on e-logs. You go, sleep, go. And you see somebody broke down on the side of the road, you can't even stop and help them. Hey, buddy, you need something? Oh, I got an extra clean oil or some antifreeze. It's just nothing like that anymore. It's totally changed. But, you know, you just got to evolve with the times, and now this is the new time. Like, I was forced to kind of get on IG because I wasn't a social media guy at all. But my buddies was telling me that I got a lot of knowledge and that I need to, instead of talking to them in a barbershop, that I need to actually put this out there to the world, because it can help a lot of people from making some of the same mistakes that I made. And I made a lot of them, you know, because I learned from the muscle. I ain't have nobody to teach me. I ain't have videos to watch and, you know, mentors and all this other stuff they got going on now. So, you know, I figure I might as well join them. Can't beat them, join them, right? So, I think that's about it as far as, you know, picking your trucks. My number one suggestion would be a glider kit. If you got to get a used truck, definitely get it deleted, you know, and make sure you go to the right people to delete it. And even with that delete now, you know, you'll gain about 3, 2, I wanted to say 4. It depends. That's on a dually, but on a big truck, about 2 to 3 miles per gallon more than what you were getting. You know, and when you go to do your PMs, your oil will be a lot cleaner. So it's yeah, it's dope, man. It's trucking is dope, man. You just gotta make sure you start off right. And maintenance your trucks, man. Maintenance them, cleaning them, taking care of them. You see a light bulb out, take